morning, UFC Strike fans. It's LG here on the First Mint. Maybe you're a UFC Strike fan. Maybe you're a UFC fan, or maybe you're just somebody who like some sweet pack drops. Either way, all are welcome today. We have a very exciting drop that we're talking through today on UFC Strike, the first of three this week. It is an absolutely loaded week clearly across the Dapper ecosystem as well. Lots going on, lots that's been teased for NFL all day, but we're here today to chat about UFC Strike. We're getting the usual crew up here, myself and my brother, the real Phil D. And of course, we have a very special guest, Mr. Josh Emmett, the legend himself. We're always lucky whenever we get any kind of actual pro athlete on the show. It's always a pleasure. And Josh, as soon as we heard you're going to be joining us, we had a lot of people in our community very excited to hear from you. So how are you, man? How's it going?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is it'll be a fun one, that's for sure.
Have you participated in a lot of like NFT drops, like in this format where you got to show up, you got to wait in the line and hope that you like score a pack?
Yeah, no, I've man, that's going back to like NBA Top Shot. I was doing this, and then of course, being a fan of that, I was I've been getting all the drops. You know what I mean, or trying to at least on UFC Strike. So it's definitely it's been fun for me. It's like a passion of mine. I like to mess around in the crypto and NFT space. So it's fun to be a part of it. And this is my technically my first NFT today on UFC Strike and the Flow blockchain. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully we'll have a lot more coming.
Dude, I have a lot of questions about that, and I'm just gonna save them for a second, just because I gotta kind of start from the top in terms of just kind of going through what we're chatting through today and what we're doing today. So Josh, just stand by for a second because I have a lot of questions about your NFT habits, because I'm always very curious and also want to know people who have NFTs being made of them that we're collecting today. So real quick, before we chat a little bit more with Josh, I'm LG. Real Phil D is here as well. Phil D, what's up?
Whoa! Hey. I hope that wasn't too loud because I'm gonna get busted again with one of these secret meeting rooms. Hey, boss, I got a big meeting. I got to train some people, but I'm really going on Twitter Spaces, and I hope you don't have Twitter, which is what's going on right now. So, but we're good. Listen, that wasn't too loud. I won't have people messaging me. Super stoked for this. The queue is open, baby. So get in that, or not the queue. Sorry, the waiting room is open, and the queue will start soon. What's going on, Josh? What's going on, LG? Let's go, man. I can't wait for this.
Beauty. Okay, so today's drop, we got three drops this week, and I had to get a bit of clarification from the Strike team about how these were going to work this week. So it's a lights out pack. It's basically every day is actually like kind of the same supply in the packs, but the guaranteed moment that you get changes every day. So this is actually the part that I didn't fully understand, but now I kind of get it. So today we got Sean O'Malley. It's 4,100 packs. They're $15 a pack, and you're guaranteed the Sean O'Malley moment, and then it kind of goes on that way. So tomorrow is Dan Henderson. The 18th is Kamaru Usman, and the Usman is, I think, also is a legendary. Actually, it's the champion moment. So it kind of moves on that way, and that kind of dictates the price. So I had to kind of understand that format. Always love to see like innovation on the platform. So that's what we're kind of getting this week, is a bit of a different drop format. So that's fantastic. Today it's just the Sean O'Malley one. They're $15 a pop. And I like this wrinkle as well in the drop format, is that it's max one pack per collector for the first 30 minutes. So then does it turn into like an all-out like free-for-all in that, like after the 30 minutes, Phil D? Like, is this the kind of thing we want where it's like you wait until 30 minutes if you want to get another pack, and then it's like an all-out friggin' rumble of like clicking and you're trying to buy as many as you can?
Oh, man. We don't know. This is the unknown. I saw the same words, and I'm like, man, what are we in for here? I also saw that if you're in the waiting room, you can see some new wording there where it's highlighted in yellow, saying if you are using a private browsing session to join the waiting room or queue and you close the session, you will lose your place in line. We recommend using a regular browsing session. And I know some people claim they had issues last time. So I don't know if it was a direct result of doing what it says here, or they didn't have pop-ups, or what the story was. But yeah, if we're all allowed to get one pack and we somehow get to wait till a certain time to go rumble for another pack, man, that's going to be crazy. That's going to cause some major havoc. And we love havoc, right, LG? So let's see what happens.
Well,
this is a quick line. We know
hold on.
these lines are
And
quick.
and that's it. I think we always kind of pine for those early days of Top Shot. And Josh, it sounds like you know what we're talking about, of those early days where there's queue numbers of like 200,000 people. It's like an all-out like click race to try and get there fastest. It's like pure chaos. Things are crashing. Were you around for that? Is that how far back you go in the Top Shot days?
Yeah, when Top Shot first came out, so I was there, and yeah, it was frustrating to a certain extent when there was only a certain amount of packs, and then like you said, you're a few 100,000 in line. I'm like, damn it, it was so frustrating. So I would just exit the queue because I'm like, there's no way. Or I was around when you'd literally wait there for like an hour, you know what I mean, or an hour or more, and then and then I'd be doing things, and I'd always have to set alarms to like remind myself, because I'd get sidetracked and start doing something and be like, oh shit, I forgot about the drop, then go back into it, and I'd been like miss my 15-minute window already, and I was like, so it was yeah, it was funny.
Dude, you got some street cred with that story. That's legit, man. That you have grinded away like the rest of us. So I like that you're on with us today. How does your so tell us just a little bit of that story, Josh, because we do want to chat to you about your crypto portfolio, and just remind everybody, if you're at the right spot, because I know we usually have a lot of new people joining for these drops. If you're at the right spot, you are staring at a screen that says UFC Strike, and it says "Welcome to the UFC Drop waiting room." The queue will open at whatever the local time is for you. So that is it's 11 o'clock Pacific for me, so it's in 22 minutes. So that is what you were supposed to be looking at. Just a reminder to everybody, and then the drop will start, and we're gonna hopefully pull some packs and hopefully get a few people up to open their packs. Josh, back to you. Is that so? Top Shot, was that like your first NFT then? Getting Top Shot?
Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, I think so. And then obviously I'm managed by Vayner Sports, so Gary and AJ Vaynerchuk, they kind of got me into NFTs. Like I was into crypto like in 2017. I didn't know a whole lot about it, but one of my best friends is like, hey, you need to look into this. So I didn't understand it at the time, and so I was buying in like the December of 2017, like, so towards the end of the bull run. Didn't understand it, lost a lot of money, and I was like, man, this crypto stuff sucks. But then fast forward a handful of years, I got more familiar with it, and then realized like where I was in that cycle. And so I was like, okay, I get it now. But when NFTs became, I know they've been around for a while, but when they became more popular, I just didn't really understand the utility and everything behind them, and like the community. I was just more looking at the NFT itself or the artwork, and I kick myself for not like diving into it back then, and just educating myself more on it. But I went down that rabbit hole, and I totally get it now, and at least I'm a part of the space. And yeah, I just it is, like I said earlier, it's fun for me, and I'm hoping to. This is my first, moment on UFC Strike, but I'm hoping down the road I have my own NFT, and I can bring a lot of utility to the people that support me and in the community. It's just fun hopping in the Discords and doing this. We're on this journey together.
Great story, man. I love that. Has it been straight? So you've been getting on the strike drops. How, like, since you started in Top Shot, and that's you're collecting NBA players, so fellow athletes, but maybe people you don't know as well, obviously, as your fellow athletes in the UFC. How's it been to like collect them and like to be like, I remember watching this, like, or being ringside for this or something like that, like something that you're directly involved in?
No, it is. It's fun. It's like directly when I know the person, and then especially with a lot of my teammates. I have all of their moments and stuff like that. Yeah, it's fun. Like I was doing all the drops like for a while, and then I'll be honest, like for a little while, I was like, I was getting people that I had fought and I beat, and they had their own moment, and I was kind of boycotting UFC Strike for a little bit, just in my own self. I'm like, I'm not buying another pack until I get my own. But then I kind of got over that fast, just because it is like I said, a passion of mine, and it's a little addicting. So it's just being like it brings me back to being like a a younger kid. Like when I used to collect, you know, NBA and just a bunch of cards, MLB and NFL when I was a little kid, and then that's kind of what it feels like now. But we're just moving towards this digital world, so it brings back that kind of excitement.
Yeah, it is fun, man. And I will say, Phil and I we're actual brothers. So we're real brothers. Like he's actually my brother. So it's been funny because, back when we were kids, it's like I remember Phil had all these like soccer cards. I had all these Marvel cards. We had tons of all these magazines, all this stuff that we'd collect. And it's obviously by the time you kind of finish your adulthood or finish your childhood, become an adult, that can kind of waver off. But it's like I enjoy this like adult investing collecting thing. It's like this to me is super fun, and plus we get to connect with so many different people, right? So I'm enjoying this new version. Back to you and your NFT. Is this of all your potential moments in your career, is this the one that you would have chosen? And if so, what would be the next one? If you had another moment come out on Strike, what would it be?
Yeah, no, this is a great one. I feel like it's a highlight reel knockout. I talked to, the UFC Strike team and Malik and we were kind of in Dior and all them, and we were kind of game planning about certain things. And no, this is a great one. Also, one of the ones that I want next is the Lamas knockout. I feel like that's the one that kind of put me on the map because it was my second fight at featherweight. I took that fight on like a 2.5, 3 week notice.
Oh, really?
And at that time, Ricardo Lamas was ranked third in the world. The only reason why he was supposed to fight Jose Aldo, the winner of that was going to fight Holloway for the title. Since Frankie Edgar got injured, Jose Aldo went up to fight Holloway, so Lamas was left without an opponent. And so I was campaigning hard for that fight. I luckily got it. I fought in Winnipeg, Canada in December.
Hey man, we're in Canada, okay? So watch what you say.
Nice.
Winnipeg is an awful place to be in the winter, though. I will give you that.
No, it was still fun. It was
it's
like
awful in general.
Awesome experience, but it was so I went out there and I knocked Lamas out in the first round, and we were the co-main event on Fox when they had their deal still. So people were just like, man, who the hell is this guy? Like I dropped from 55s to come down here, but that's kind of the knockout that just put me on the map at featherweight. I literally leapfrogged the entire division, and I was sitting at fourth in the world back then in 2017. So that's definitely one I want to see on the platform, and I'm sure it'll come.
Yeah, that one I'd love to see that one as well, man. That's cool. Well, very cool, man. Very cool to hear that perspective. Is this like, so when you are thinking about like a Strike collection and stuff, I guess your strategy? And I'm honestly, what I'm looking for here is like, I want like kind of insider knowledge, but not like of the platform, but from you as an athlete. Like you are so much closer to this than we are, right? Having been somebody who's fought and who knows the other guys and girls as well. I want to know from you, like, do you think that it's more valuable to be like, okay, collect the champions, the really popular mega stars, or are you going for like the up and comers, right? Are you looking for the guys that you think are going to become mega stars, or do you have a completely different strategy? Not to put words in your mouth. Like, how would you approach something like this?
Yeah, and it's not even that I have so much of a strategy. I try to I try to get every drop and then kind of get luck of the draw. But then I have been collecting a lot of the challenger moments, and I have a championship moment. But yeah, it's hard. Like I got a handful of Yuri's before he became the champion. So I don't know. I'm just trying to just collect as much as I possibly can. And of course, it would be great to, you know, get everybody. But I don't know. I don't really have a strategy. I just like to collect my teammates and people that I personally know, and just try to be involved in all the drops and hopefully get, pull some of those big, champ like today. I hope I can get that Rampage, but I'm assuming everyone wishes they can get that. And some of like the legends, like the pioneers of the sport. So I'm excited for the Henderson moment, and of course, like the bigger guys that in the past and that are up and coming. You know, I've snagged a handful of theirs as well because they're already superstars, and they'll continue to get bigger and bigger. So I believe long term, you know, their moments will go up in value, and especially we're all in this so early, so we're like getting the series one, and you know people's first moment on this platform, and so not so much of a strategy. How about you guys?
Well, I mean, I want to know, Josh, does UFC Strike, and not to put them on the spot, but do they actually give you one of your moments when a moment comes out? Since it's your first, do they actually drop you one, or do you have to rumble with the rest of us to try and get your own moment and maybe hit the marketplace after and grab one?
Yeah, we'll find out. This is my first moment. So,
I mean, and I'm sure you saw what they've done for a few of the fighters, and we're talking some of the headliners at some of the big UFC pay-per-views. I think it was Israel Adesanya who had that. LG, was it a golden kind of necklace?
Yes, they
with his own.
That's it. They gave him like a nice gold necklace, but what they did is they embedded like a, I don't know, like a Apple mini pod or something like that in there. You have to ask Malik what it was, but it was him. Who was he fighting then, Phil?
I think it was the Whitaker.
It was the Whitaker, yeah, because it was their third bout, I think, right? And it was him knocking him out last time. So then he whipped it out at the press conference, and somebody was like, "What's that necklace?" And he's like, "Well, it's me knocking out Whitaker last time," which was good. So yeah, actually, that's a question for Josh. If you had to have some kind of thing like that, some kind of display, do you want a necklace? Do you want like a giant poster? Like what do you like a huge wall display of this, or is it something that what would that be?
Yeah, so that's what I've seen. They've done it with, Adesanya. I think Francis Ngannou, he got one as well. Yeah. And so I'm like, I like to do things. I like to do things a little different. So I was like, it would be cool to get an Apple Watch or some type of watch, with my moment. So that's something I got to talk to the UFC Strike team, and and I'm passionate and I'm big in this space. So it's like, I'm not sure if some of the other guys follow it as much as I do. I would think not, but that would be amazing to get something like that as well. We were actually trying to do a moment before my last fight, but it was just didn't kind of come together fast enough. So here we are now.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You were asking what our strategy is like. For me personally, I'm more like I'm kind of like a weird cheapo when it comes to NFTs, despite having been in the game. I've been around for a while. Like especially for these platforms like Strike and Top Shot, it's like I just kind of go on these sprees occasionally where I just buy up like moments that have like a $15 max price point in anticipation of like things that I don't know that are going to happen. So it's just like, okay, there's been challenges with like Series 0, which was like the Genesis series. So it's like whenever I can, I try and go buy up cheap ones of those in case there's more to burn, right? Or I've been thinking about some guys that I like that I've seen that maybe have some fights coming up. So I'll go buy I bought a couple of Ngannou's again because he was like his common moment is down to like $13. So I'm like, okay, I'll stack those. Just he's gonna fight this year. So I'll grab a couple of those. Tuivasa, I've been grabbing like guys that I'm like, okay, I enjoy them fighting. And also if there is a challenge, or even if there isn't, if they have a great fight or something, like I want to be kind of loaded up so that I have like flexibility. So it's like, okay, if there's a challenge, I can burn some. If their moments skyrocket in value for some other reason, great. I have the flexibility of like, okay, I could get a little liquid if I want, or I can just be happy that I got them. So that's kind of what I do. And then I've been crossing my fingers to get a champion tier moment in one of these packs so that I can join the club, be up in the club, the champion club. So that's kind of my strategy right now. Whenever I get a rare, I tend to hang on to it as well. So I think we had done the Nate and Nick Diaz drop back in April. So I think I ended up with a Nate Diaz from that. So that's been good because it's part of the challenge. I think that just ended. I also had a Bobby Green in one of the packs. So also good for the challenge. Got the Sean O'Malley last time, so it's good. And yeah, so I kind of hang on to those and do challenges when I can. And my golden rule, the only other thing I'll say about that is that from the early days, like I've been in NFTs for about 2 years, what I've always recommended to people is like, whatever the game is, just play it. Like they tell you to do challenges, do them if you can. They tell you to like come and vote on this or participate or be part of a poll or whatever, do it. Always like always be part of it, because you never know when there could be some kind of reward or badge for doing it, so that's my general philosophy.
Not financial
Not
advice,
financial
right,
advice,
LG?
not financial advice.
No.
I just think it's good. Like a lot of this is to incent, they want to engage people. A lot of NFTs do well when they engage community, so it's like even the small things that aren't financial in any way, I try and do them, so that's my thing.
I do love that you just named about like 1,000 things that you buy that would cost you a lot of money. You called yourself El Cheapo, but you just named a billion things.
No, I said I buy the commons and then I keep the rares when I get them in the packs. Okay, so that's not that's different.
Yeah, but you've been known to go full send on a lot of stuff too, LG. So, but the sports, you know what? I'm kind of like you. And Josh, I started off with Top Shot at the very beginning, thanks to LG, who got me onto Top Shot at the right time. And I think it was almost a toxic approach that we all developed after Top Shot, to the point where we expected, even though we were into the collecting and these sports NFTs, that we used to collect trading cards, like LG said, but it was almost a toxic approach to all these projects, was that we expected to make money, and a lot of it right away. And anytime you wouldn't make immediate money with these sports NFTs, you'd kind of get upset and say, well, this project is worthless. So I kind of took that pressure off myself, saying, listen, I made some decent money with Top Shot while collecting things I loved. That's maybe not going to happen right away again, and I can't have that as my sole purpose for collecting. So now what I've done with all the sports ones is I sold a lot of my stuff on some of these sports platforms, and I've started collecting just what I liked. So I'll collect, say with NBA Top Shot, I'll collect all the Toronto Raptors players' commons. If I can get some rares, same thing. I'll grab some rares. I collect all the Canadian players. I've started doing the same thing with UFC Strike, in terms of wanting to collect, fighters that I've watched and known for a long time. Like I've been a big fan of Misha Tate's for a long time. I was happy she had a moment come out. And I think that at the end of the day, if you don't end up, if you end up making money being able to flip a few moments, then great. But at the end of the day, if you go back in 5 years and look at your collection, and you own all things and players and fighters that you really enjoy, I think you're okay with that. You can show your kids your collection. Say, hey, look at this cool collection I have of all our favorite players from the last 5 years, right? And that just takes a lot of pressure off people who expect everything to turn into gold, right? Which is a majority of people.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. And that's like how, when I was younger and collecting all these trading cards, I used to always tell my mom, like, one day these are going to be worth money. But then that's kind of how, but now some of them are, because I was collecting back in the day when I have, tons of like, Iverson, Kobe rookies. I have like Tim Duncan's, like I like that type of generation. And, they are worth money now. And then I have like my little brother and one of my best friends. They're all into still doing like the cards. So they'll go wait outside like Targets and Walmarts and all these stores and buy packs. And they're the ones that kind of got me involved in Top Shot back in the day too, because, it's easy. I'm never going to go, stand in front of a store at 5 a.m. and wait till they open at 10. Then hopefully they're stocking the shelves for these, their boxes or packs that they're trying to buy. But this was so convenient, and we're always on our phone, so I can just enter the queue and do it from anywhere. And then it kind of got me excited about it again.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Well, that's it. Sounds like we all kind of share that passion and that excitement. So it's fun. And I again, like I was saying, I like this like adult form where it's like, okay, well, we're all in spaces together. We're all staring at this like digital queue, and we're all going to get in on it at the same time. So it's like, that's super fun. We're 5 minutes away. Josh, what is outside of your own moments? Okay. What's the prize here? At least amongst the commons. And I just want to wait, before you answer that, I want to make a correction to something I said earlier, which was that the Usman on Thursday is a challenger, a rare, so it's not a champion moment. So you can't get it until that pack, and same with the Henderson tomorrow. But you have a chance in each pack at the Quinton Jackson at the Rampage champion moment. That's the one that's like floating in all of these packs. There's 75 of them. They're spread out through all the packs coming out over the next couple of days. So that's how it works for today. So just clarifying that part. Josh, amongst the commons, besides yourself, who are we looking to grab here? Who do we want?
Oops, sorry. Yeah. Of course, like besides myself, I'd go with really any of them. Stipe, Valentina, even Song Yadong, you know, he's on my team. So even if I don't get him in one of the packs or the pack, probably, I don't think we'll get multiple packs today. I'll probably buy him on the secondary market. So first and foremost, I hope I get the Rampage Jackson, but really all of them are, you know, great moments to own and collect. And so I wouldn't be mad with, I think whatever I get in my pack, I'll be happy with.
That's cool, man. LG, are you familiar with the pack drop page where it shows you? Does it show you how many are of each moment are in the packs? Is that new? I don't recall seeing that before. No, LG's vanished. Okay. Actually, Josh, can you still hear me, or have I been?
Oh, sorry, that was my bad. I was muted. So you're talking about, because it says the edition number,
right?
Like 5,000 for the commons. Like Josh's has 5,000.
Okay, so
and
that's
sometimes
not how many are in these packs.
Well, sometimes these packs have a supply from other drops. Right, so it'll be like, you know, whatever UFC 276 drop will have some moments from that drop in this one, but this drop is only the ones you see here. I don't think there's anything from the other drops, so it's like the only commons you're pulling are like Josh and O'Malley and stuff like that, and there's 5,000 of each.
Yeah, but I think I know my 5,000 moments are going to be spread throughout the
the
2 days. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they're spread out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as far as today, though, we can only get Rampage, Stipe, myself, Anthony Johnson, Dariush, Song, and Valentino. Right.
That's right.
Yeah, Valentina.
Yeah. There's no Henderson or Usman.
Yeah, not this one. Tomorrow and the following day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're 2 minutes away here, guys. I just posted, as usual, we do. What's that? Josh, you just panic because there's 2 minutes left. I thought I heard you like say like, oh shit, really? Okay, there's just like a weird sound glitch.
Cold brew.
I did just pour coffee, Phil. Josh, so you know we used to have a thing called Club Cold Brew, where everybody have to go out and get a cold brew from like Dunkin' or Hortons or something like that.
That's some cold brew.
To celebrate. So, but yeah, I do usually pour a fresh coffee for these. 2 minutes out, you guys. Anybody who's listening, like we are. Two things going on. One, if you're pulling a pack and you're early in the queue and you have it, send us a DM. We're going to get you up here. We want to rip some packs. Josh, if you get one, we definitely like nothing would be better, Josh, than if you got a pack and ripped one and it was yourself. Or
didn't get one and just started raging that he didn't get one. I love that.
I'll start breaking shit.
You can't transfer moments yet in Strike, so it's like we can't send you a bunch or anything like that. So maybe in the future. So anyway, so anybody who gets one, we want to hear from you. We want to get you up here. And also, we just posted a contest. Usually for these, we get a couple packs to hand out. So we've got a contest going out. We got 10 of these packs today to hand out. I just posted the contest and basically just tag the toughest athlete in the UFC. Make sure you follow us and UFC Strike to be eligible. And that is what is going down. Josh, do you have any magic words or anything you say before the queue starts for these drops?
No, not at all. How about you?
I don't.
I'll tell you in a second what number I'm at, and then I'll tell you a word or two. So
we'll see which word it is.
Yeah.
I don't usually when we did Club Cold Brew, you had to sip as the counter got to 0.
Too late now, LG.
Yeah. Mine still says there's 1 minute left.
No, mine just switched. It's almost time. You are now in the queue. Your wait is less than 48 minutes, and I am 4,022 in line.
I'm 5,600, so that's not looking
too
good.
You're in the line? I don't even have anything yet.
Oh, Josh is going to raise
so
us. That means no pack.
Hold on.
I'm going to break this phone now.
Maybe it's going to put me. It's going to put me at the front of the queue. That's what's going to.
Yeah, you're going to be in the queue that goes back 5.
No, I'm 6,100. I'm not even going to get a pack.
Wow. So am I the only one who has a shot here? Because all three of us are outside of the number of packs, I believe.
Yeah. No bueno.
Man, what?
Come on, man.
UFC Strike account. Unmute yourself right now.
Yeah.
Where's the influencer effect here?
Listen, I already got it. Phil, I got into there was a stress test yesterday. Josh, I don't know if you saw that. A really random stress test from Strike with 14,000 packs, but I think it only lasted a couple minutes or something. But it was they were $50 a pack, but I ended up with a pretty decent pack, so I can't complain. But I'm out of the queue today, unless a lot of people drop, which does happen sometimes. So maybe I'll stick around and maybe something will happen. But I'm 2,000 packs out from, or at least 2,000 spots out from being able to get anything here. So,
but you know what, you're right, LG, and we know this from the past. If you're new and this is the first time you're buying packs, and you're like, oh, I'm not in the first 4,100, so I'm not getting one. That's never been the case. I mean, we're in the middle of the workday here in North America. A lot of people they're in the queue. Like Josh said, they come back, they forget. Yeah. They may even get into a meeting, a phone call, something happens. We see it all the time. So I would say my odds of getting one are pretty good at close to 4,100 is where I'm at. I think even Josh might have a small chance.
I don't know. I'm a betting man.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
5,600. Yeah, I don't know. I'd bet on you possibly getting one, but myself, 1,600 people missing their shot. I don't know.
Oh man, that's man. That means that means Josh is definitely not getting his own moment.
Definitely not today.
Later. Jeez. All right. Well, and again, anyone listening, if you guys have a pack, all the numbers I'm getting are outside of the 4,100. So I haven't really seen too many people send me DMs saying they're within the first 4,100. Are we surprised by that a bit, LG? I didn't.
Oh, we've got somebody named Johnny Cash just wrote that they got one. They were 8 in the queue. Johnny Cash, if you're listening right now, please request to speak, because we can at least open a pack. We'll live vicariously through you, which will be great. Johnny Cash. I don't think it's the real Johnny Cash. That would be pretty wild, but it'd be impossible. So, anyways, Johnny Cash, if you're here, please join us on Spaces. Please request to speak, because we want you to crack that pack. Anybody else who has a pack, please hit us up. Please get on in here so we can chat with you. So what's the process now, guys? What do you do if you're like hopeful for a pack? You're maybe on the outside. You just twiddle your thumbs and wait. Is that the deal?
I guess I'm just hitting the marketplace. Yeah, I have no hope. I have no hope.
I think I'm gonna get one. My minutes went down from 40 minutes to 15, which is encouraging. We know this from these specific lines with UFC Strike, that they go really fast, kind of the opposite of NFL All Day. And that's not a shot. It's just a different a provider that does their lineups, right, or their queues. So the UFC Strikes one go pretty fast. So I'm moving right now. So yeah, we sit and wait. We get people to come up here and open packs. And like you said, we lived through their pack opening experiences, LG. And Josh, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's been a year and a half now. We've had people come on our shows, our spaces, our live shows, opening packs of all kinds. We have never had someone open a pack with a number one cereal in their packs. Not for NFL, not for NBA, not for UFC. We are still waiting for that moment. We've had a lot of people open their packs and get a number one and send it to us, but that doesn't count. We want to open a number one on the air live and enjoy that kind of reaction. So hopefully we get that very soon. So if you have a pack, request to speak, we'll bring you up and let's have a party here. But in the meantime, actually, Josh, I wanted to ask you something. Stepping away from the NFTs for just a second, talk to you about your career a little bit. So you suffered 2 pretty significant injuries, I guess, within the last 4 to 5 years. One of them was a facial injury, and I believe that was after was that the Stevens fight?
Yes.
With the illegal, I believe was it illegal knees that he threw? Is that what it was? And then punches? I don't remember. I think
there was some controversy. It was it was a legal knee, and then it was just some elbows, but
it was allowed to keep going after the knee. That's what it was.
I'm not mad at it. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and then I think you tore your ACL after the was it the Burgos fight?
Yeah, it was the first 19 seconds of the first round when I fought Burgos.
Yeah. So can you touch on that a little bit and tell us, I guess, which injury was tougher mentally to kind of get over and come back from? Because I think you missed over a year after the ACL, and maybe just under a year after the after. I mean, if you read, for anyone out there who wants to look it up and read the description of the injuries from the Stevens fight, it's pretty brutal in terms of the facial damage that was done. And you didn't even know until after, I believe, as well, right? Until, I mean, I don't know how many days after, or if it was just what the time elapsed. But yeah, if you could touch on that and tell us what, were they similar in terms of recovery and mentally, how did you handle that? And did you ever think you'd be back at full force winning the fights that you're winning now?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. With the facial fractures and injury that I sustained in that one. It would put me out 13 months. And then this was my first fight back, was the Johnson one. So first fight back in 13 months after the facial fractures. That's where I got this knockout. But yeah, it was tough. Both of them mentally really hard to overcome and come back from, just because, all right, with bones, I know with time bones will heal. And I had, so the lateral part of my orbital, so the side of your eye basically was broken in half. The orbital floor was completely shattered. I had zygomatic arch was broken. My cheek was completely broken and caved in. I even, while I was in Orlando, I had to do some emergency um, root canals because I had some teeth that were dislodged. I had a nerve that was compressed. A major muscle that controls your eye was impinged. Um, yeah, it was wild. When I came back from, or actually, rewind, after the injury, I went to this hospital, and it was a practicing hospital. So I had some other, they misdiagnosed me even though they did the CT scans and everything like that. And since they were newer in their their profession and careers, and I was suffering a lot of pain, they gave me so much Dilaudid, which is stronger than morphine. They gave me like a 20, they gave me what you should get in 24 hours in like an hour. And so I kind of stopped breathing. My heart rate dropped a lot, and I was almost like the sirens were going off. I just remember them shaking me and me like waking up, gasping for air. And I could see like my wife's face and my best friend were there, and like they were freaking out. And it was just a complete mess. But then I got back home. My wife she knows me so well, and she was asking me like, how are you doing? I was like, I feel good. I was like, just because I know how she gets stressed out. She knew something was wrong, so she took me to the ER here in Sacramento, and then they admitted me right away. And had to put me into like emergency surgery. And when I got to the hospital for surgery, they were I had like a ear, nose, and throat doctor, a plastic surgeon, and an ophthalmologist, and they just kept saying how lucky I was, because they only saw the images. And typically when they would see these type of images, the person's, there was nothing holding my eyeball in place. So a lot of times they'll say the eye will be like protruding out of your skull or popped out. They kept saying how lucky I was that my eye, the bone that was broken, didn't puncture and pop my eyeball. And that I could move it around because the nerves and the muscle were compressed and impinged. But then after doing surgery and stuff, 8 weeks, it kind of came back, but it was the vertigo that was more worrisome. It was, I always say I don't wish that on my worst enemy, just because it's like I sustained vertigo and I don't know if you guys have ever gone through that, but for like 8, 9 months, and it's horrible. Like,
yeah, that's brutal, man. I don't have vertigo, but I have sinus issues, and anytime I even feel sort of nauseous or dizzy, I can't even handle it.
yeah,
As crazy as that sounds, with all the sports injuries I've had, that's one of the things that bothers me the most. So I did warn our audience, if you look it up, it's pretty brutal. But you gave a pretty good account of how brutal it was. Is it still something that you think about at all when you fight, or is it something you've been able to kind of overcome, where you go out there and you don't even think about that kind of injury?
yeah, I just kind of overcome it. It's like I feel like my mental, like my mentality is like my strongest attribute. And yeah, it's like I work with a mind coach, and I do all these different things, and visualization and preparation. And it's just part of my story and my journey. And it's like, you have a choice. You can you can kind of move on, get over it, or dwell on the past. And I've been beyond that. Even the ACL thing, that was quite the the injury. And there's much more than just a complete torn ACL. And I sustained that in the first 19 seconds of the first round, and went on to fight another 14 and a half minutes with that injury, and get the win against a tough Shane Burgos. We got fight of the night. It was even voted one of the fight of the years. But obviously that was where Joanna and Zhang fought. So that to me is the best fight of the year. But we were kind of up there in the top. Um, And same thing with that. That was an 18-month recovery. I had a lot of other things going on with that where it was tough to kind of overcome, just because I was, I couldn't even walk down stairs or steps. I couldn't lunge. There was a lot that was going on in my head. I was just like, how am I going to get back to this high level? But I put in hundreds of hours of PT recovery. Yeah, and even I had some type of complication with the original surgery. I did the patellar tendon graft for the new ACL, and for whatever reason, my where they took the graft from did not heal properly. So after like 6-7 months, I still had a huge, basically hole in my patella in my kneecap, and then where they took the patella tendon, it's like a vertical incision that never closed and healed. So I had a huge tear in the tendon, hole in my kneecap. So just luckily, one of my friends and doctors here in Sacramento that owns a it's called the Bios Institute. He specializes in stem cells and PRP. He kind of took the lead on this again. He's the one that helped me come back from all the vertigo, just referring me to vestibular therapists and all these other cranial sacral therapists to get me back. And he did the same thing. So I went in and did some stem cells, but they harvest from my bone marrow. So they had to drill into my back, like my SI joints, literally with a power drill, extract the bone marrow, and then inject that straight through my kneecap and my patella tendon. And that's kind of what started the growth factors and the healing process come 7 months after surgery. So it was a long layoff, tough road to come back from. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'd say so. I mean, a five fight win streak and your own NFT today. I'd say you've come a long way since all that chaos. Although you may have just scared off anyone in our audience who has any aspirations of becoming, including, I could just picture LG's face when you're going through all these things.
I know you guys were talking about toughest, tag your toughest fighter. I think I might have that number one spot. My debut.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, especially after the
compound fracture in my ring finger. I was hiding the bone sticking out of my finger. I was hiding it from the ref because I was dominating the fight. So I knew I was going to win. There was nothing getting in my way, getting my hand raised. Like,
oh my God.
Oh okay. My God, man. Wow. This has been great. Having a nice coffee, almost lunchtime here on the West Coast. Josh, it's perfect.
No pack for LG.
No pack.
I'm still at 3,000, not looking any better.
Story about people drilling into your back. It's great. It's great. No, but Josh, I mean, listen, yeah, in all seriousness, that's, I guess, thank you for sharing that. It's it sounds like a pretty tough road to recover from something like that, and I think a lot of injuries are like that in sports too, where it's like the injury might look gruesome, but the recovery is often way worse and much longer and much harder to get through. So
yeah, and that's the thing that people don't see. It's like it's kind of, or it's not funny, but some people just think, okay, even after all that, the surgery I had in the ACL, it's like people are, when are you fighting? When's your next fight? Like a month later, I was like, do you not know like what it takes to come back from something like that? So it's it's like a lot goes in. It's more than a camp. You have an 8 to 10 week, 12-week camp. It's like the recovery process. Like I worked my ass off for 18 months, like, and that was way tougher than like all the camps I had to come back from that, to get back to the level that I needed to be at.
Yeah,
that's the thing though, LGs. We don't. Most people don't know any of this. They see the fighters, they fight, they entertain, they win, and then they go away outside of the octagon, and you don't know what the recovery process is. Because a lot of fighters, you don't look what you look like in the ring 5 hours after your fight, or even the next day, you obviously don't feel that way once the adrenaline goes away, right? So that was some really good insight into kind of some of the stuff that happens to fighters like Josh after fights, right? And some of the injuries that they spend time recovering from. So, or
even getting there, it's like a lot that goes into it as well. Like it's like we have to be selfish to some extent, where it's like you have to be on such a strict diet, and like the recovery is so important, and the work is just like so grueling as well. So it's like, some people just think like we just show up and fight and that's it, but then they also don't know that other side that goes into the preparation as well. But it's just like anything, like any career that someone's successful at or does well at, it's like there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
I always say
Mm-hmm.
it's a full time with overtime, a full time
Josh,
job with overtime every week.
what would you were there any other sports when you were young, or when you were in your late teens, early adulthood, that were a potential career, or something that you're really passionate about? Like, what else, did you play anything else?
Yeah, no, I grew up like my like I was an athlete my whole life. Like I grew up
Yeah.
playing every single sport. Yeah, I played everything, and I was good at everything. I played football, baseball. I wrestled, and that's kind of I found wrestling at a young age in middle school, and then I went on to kind of I just kind of excelled at that, and really enjoyed it. When I was in high school, I was playing football, baseball, wrestling, and then I decided just to step away and just focus on wrestling. I liked that it was an individual sport.
Mm-hmm.
If I lost, I'm the only one to blame. And it's similar to like MMA. And then I went on to wrestle at junior college and then at the 4-year level as well. And even though it's similar to MMA, that it's like a team aspect. You have your coaches, you have your friends and teammates that help you get to the match or the fight. But then it's just you in there. You know what I mean? And then I just kind of I like that part a lot, because it's you can't cheat fighting, you can't cheat
Mm-hmm.
wrestling. It's like if you're not putting in the work that you need to and doing that, the sticking to your diet, doing the extra road work, the lifting, like everything, it'll show on fight night. And I do have some regrets from college, like there I felt like my coaches put me on a pedestal. They're like, there's no reason you can't be a national champion. And the thing was, I didn't do what I should have done. I was still like partying a little during the season and doing things like that. And so I have regrets. So that's why I'm all in on fighting. Like 8 weeks out, I don't cheat anything. Even if I don't want to do it, I get myself up and I force myself to do it. Like I just take it day by day, meal by meal, like workout by workout. And, the end goal is winning and becoming a world champion. And I'm so close.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, very cool, man. Well, yeah, I figured you were a natural athlete, but yeah, good to hear your perspective on the sacrifice part too, right? And the dedication and the focus. And it's often what it does take, for sure, to get there, right? Is that level of focus. So very cool. Are you what is your training regimen look like, if I may ask?
As far right now, or just
Yeah, like
in
right
general,
now, is
or
that? Yeah, I'm curious. Like, if you're right now, you were to get a workout in this morning? What does that look like on a daily, weekly basis?
yeah, no, I haven't right now, just because
Yeah.
I am easing back into things and
Okay.
lifting and hitting mitts with my boxing coach. But
Okay.
I always
Yeah.
take like 6 to 8 weeks off after I fight,
Yeah.
just to let your body, like physically and mentally, just kind of decompress. And
Mm-hmm.
I've always been that way, but I've been good on my diet, so my weight's still good. I'm a big foodie though, so if we want something, we have some nice meals on the weekend, but
Okay.
we all of our energy and time and has been focused on we're building my mom a
Oh.
house in our backyard. So we have like
Oh.
the contractors and all the subs and everyone like constantly every single day. So we've been working on this for quite some time, and so that's just been it's been nice that I'm able to like let my body rest, but then I'm super busy with like meeting with all the subs and things like that. So it's been fun as well.
Oh, cool, man. Good for you. That's a really fun project
That's
to
what, if
work
you guys
on.
hear the drills and stuff right now, they're out there forming for all the concrete and stuff they're going to pour on Thursday, like the hardscape, because the house is coming along. So,
Oh, dude, we'll need to see the finished product when it's
oh
all
yeah,
done. You have to
it's
tweet
super
us a
nice.
photo or something, man. We'll need
I
to see
will.
that. That's a great summer project too. So good for you, man. Guys, quick update on the queue. I'm number 2020. There's 871 packs left. Where are you guys at?
I'm at 1450. So you never know.
I'm right up there, but I'm getting an error trying to buy, so I'm trying to figure this out. I'm switching to my cell phone. For me, it says Q cookie must be present for this purchase. I don't know what the hell that means, man.
Wow.
I have no idea what that means. And I might
Wow.
get screwed here, but I took a screenshot so I can get into their customer service right after this.
There you go.
But for me,
Phil's ready.
unless
Phil's
we can
ready.
get some-
Phil already
unless-
has a window open in Gmail with the customer service email ready to go.
Dude, I don't know what to do. Like, should I refresh my page? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't even know what Q cookie means. What does that mean?
It is. Oh, I'm so bad at internet tech stuff, but it pretty much it needs to like recognize that your browser is like okay to buy a pack. Basically, have you? What are you using? Are you using like your phone, like a browser on your
Google
phone?
Chrome.
Have you bought in that browser before, like in that on your phone or on
Yeah.
your computer? On
No,
your phone?
so if I go on my phone, it throws me back in the queue, like from
Oh,
my
forget.
account.
Okay, no. You're on your computer,
Yeah, I'm on my computer. I
and
don't know
you've bought a pack in that browser before, so
of
you're good.
course.
Okay.
Yep.
I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
man.
I don't know where your Q
All
cookie
right,
might
well,
be.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like I might get screwed, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've got the customer service email ready to go. I'm not going to panic or rage. We'll.
They're listening right now, Phil. You've got a direct line. They can hear you, so it's.
Oh, I know. I just don't know what to do when it says Q cookie must be present. Like I must have to accept something else. I don't know. I'll keep trying. I'll keep you posted.
See, mine's gonna be close. There's 630 left, and I'm at under 1200. So it's like,
oh, you've got a shot. You've got a shot.
I don't know.
Like I'm betting, man. If I'm going no. If I had to bet, I'm betting I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think so, man.
Oh,
I don't think so. But it's okay, Josh. You'll be on the marketplace. You'll be out there. So it's all good. Hey, Josh, I had a question for you about NFTs. Are you the person who has registered joshemmett.eth?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh wow, because now I found your collection on OpenSea. You got some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm obviously I've learned a lot about different things, but I'm just kind of going back to my first NFT, like besides Top Shot that I bought it had to be like the Lazy Lions like over a year ago and the Rumble Kongs, but I've lost a lot, but I'm kind of just betting on the jockey and not the horse. So like all Gary V, I'm going hard on Tom Bilyeu, Ilio trade. So I have some V friends. I have a lot of the Series 2 V friends, the Vayner Sports Pass. I think they have awesome utility for people that, are sports fans. And then I have a few just other things, like some of the smaller stuff, but like imposters. I'm going big on that. That's like a social deduction game, and it's kind of cool. Their Genesis season, it's like you can stake your imposter to get the blood token, and then I was able to buy like the UFOs, the pets, the material box, and cosmetic chest, and then later on I'm going to be able to mint land for owning all of that. And they just had their beta like gameplay last week, and that looked amazing. It's like a AAA game, and so it's I have a few other things just in case some things take off, but also been messing around with VV. I don't know if you guys yeah, so I mess around a lot with like VV and some of their like I don't know, I feel like the grails of comic books and digital collectibles with like Star Wars and all these other like Disney and things like that they have licenses. And so
dude, you're a proper degen, man. Look at you. Oh my god.
Yeah, he really is compared to some of
so it's like you see a lot of like celebrities or athletes, and it's more of like a cash grab. They come into the space, they don't really offer anything, people buy it, and then that's that. And then it's like nothing. So I want to like I get it, I understand. And it's like I want to be able to bring a lot of value, whether it's like utility where who knows what we're doing, like some big fight parties. I'm giving them like some of my fight worn stuff. Maybe you guys never know, in the future I might have someone in my corner win something like that for depending on the NFT that they purchase. But yeah, I have a lot of things in mind, and that I'm excited about. And yeah, I like I said, I love the space. And yeah,
I love seeing it, man. I love, I always want to see people's like real like ETH wallet, because there'll be a lot of random stuff in there, and that also gives you like a marker of how much street cred they get. Like you have a Fame Lady Squad, which was like one of the most hilarious rugs there's ever been, where they found out they like pretended to be a group of founding women, but it turned out to be like 3 like Russian hacker guys. That's I remember that chaos on Twitter. And the fact that you have one is like, all right, Josh is for real. Like he knows, like that you had it, and that's what happened. You got all the V stuff too, which is great. Obviously, a little in your home corner there, but yeah, the whole ecosystem there. And you have some Oh, what's his name? The guy who sold the gauntlets. I had a bunch of those.
Boss Logic. Yeah,
Boss Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, Boss Logic, man. Yeah, and the blue and all that. And
No,
that's
yeah, it's so I've just been going big on some of these other, I don't know, like the founders and stuff. It's just I don't know. I believe like they'll be they're successful and they're gonna like I truly believe in anything Gary or AJ does, Tom Ilio trades, and some of these other little projects that I got going on. But yeah, I've also lost a ton of a ton of money. I have some of the Curio cards, a few of those.
Oh yeah.
Even
okay,
Galaxy Fighters, the Galaxy Fight Club. I think that'll be, I think a lot of things moving towards gaming in the future and things like that. So you never know.
Dude, love it, man. That's great. And it's great to see. Guys, let's, as the queue, I think is going to wrap up soon. I'm assuming there's very few of these packs actually left at this point. Let's take a quick look. But Phil, it sounds like you're not going to be able to get one just yet. But
no, I've tried everything. I actually opened a new browser, pretty much specifically what it said not to do, I guess. But
okay.
No, I had the same error over and over again. I tried to join from my phone. It says you can't join the queue a second time. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I'll survive. Having a good time.
All good. And Josh, I'm assuming you're not gonna make it.
Probably not. There's 6. I'm 599. There's like 100 and something packs.
50 packs. Yeah, I know you're done.
Yeah,
man. Sorry. Well, 0 for 3 today, but we got the Ballers. James, tell me you have a pack.
What's going on, LG and Phil? Yeah, I was lucky to get a pack.
What's up, dude?
Have you opened it yet?
No, I've been waiting just for you guys.
Hey. Okay, well, we're going to open one pack at least.
All right, I'm going to press play here.
And LeBaller, I just want to tell you something, man. I want to tell you that you may be one of the only people in the world. If you pull a Josh Emmett, I don't think too many people in the world can say they've pulled the moment of a professional athlete while they have them live on the air at the exact same time. That's almost like an autograph, man. So good luck with that.
The second best.
That's it. Let's pray.
Yeah.
Right. There's a new part of the intros or the music.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have your speakers on,
so it might cut me out of here. So I'm just gonna
report. But there's a new part of the music. There's a new addition to it. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm assuming he's opening his pack.
All right, I got an Anthony Johnson, 2282. Sean O'Malley.
Nice.
3188.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah.
And Stipe Miocic. Forgive my pronunciation.
Nice. Not bad. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's my first pack, so I appreciate you guys pulling me up.
That's your first pack on strike.
There you go. Yeah, I had to come in.
Wow, really?
Cool, man.
Hey, nice. Well, congrats, man. I mean, that's a decent pack. You got the guaranteed O'Malley in there, which is good, and I think these are all pretty good packs, man. So at least congrats on getting one, man, because the three of us are out of luck. So
yeah, congrats. That's awesome.
Well, I was worried when Phil was saying it was happening the same with me when I bought it. I didn't want to refresh, so
Oh, you had the same issue?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I should keep trying. I gave up. I should know not to give up. I mean, we're bred with the days of Top Shot where you have to refresh your page 1,000 times, click all the buttons you can, and just hope to get through, right? Even if your card gets charged 100 times. But I stopped. I keep getting the same error. So congrats on getting a pack, man. I'm okay with it.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Good to chat with you, man.
Always nice.
Jack, what's up, pal?
What is going on? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, cool. Also, my condolences. Very sorry that you were in line and got rugged from a pack. That's the worst.
While live on the air. I think that makes it worse, the fact that we're live on the air. It makes it worse, man.
No, it's relatable, Phil. We're here because other people might have the same issue. It's for people relating to us with that. Relating to you.
Yeah. There's a lot of sad people in the Discord with me right now. I did get a pack, but a lot of those people ended up getting one about 500 or 600 people out. So there were still some close calls that got one. In fact, Peterman just opened up, my guy Jay Peterman, and he hit a Valentina Shevchenko, which is pretty awesome. So that's great. I'm going to pop mine right now.
Oh, okay, sweet. There's 6 left. So Josh, if you don't have one, sorry.
Here we go. We're opening. So I didn't know there was new music.
Well, it's not new music. You'll hear it.
Let's see.
Can you turn it up for us?
I'll try
Can you hear
to
it?
try to
Yeah.
crank it. Here we go.
Oh, that's not there.
I'm just hearing some sirens.
Oh.
Come on. Fingers crossed, boys and girls. Okay. It's, it is what it is. We got that Sean O'Malley, 1837, the song Yadong, 1992, and then a Stipe Miocic, which I'm very happy for all of these. I was just happy to be able to get one. But it was it's a scary thing when you can't double Q anymore. I think it's the right move. I'm glad that we can't do it. But everyone knew that hack for a while, and it was kind of I feel like it put a lot of pressure on the site, and now it seems a lot more fair, and people can't call me bad words on the internet.
There's no guarantee they won't, man. Listen,
that's
the
true.
Internet,
That's
so,
true.
Maybe Jack, after the last time you came on the show, I was the one identified as the one using double Qs, and they probably put me on some kind of ban or something.
Oh no!
Because I was talking to you while you were doing it, so maybe they're like, oh,
that
the real filthy. Next drop, don't let them buy or something like that. I don't know, but nice.
I owe you a moment whenever gifting happens. I'll send you something your way.
All right.
So
I appreciate you, man.
What they had on the pack opening music yesterday during the stress test is they had Bruce Buffer recorded on top of the music. So the siren starts and then he goes into his pre-fight, spiel.
That's probably
and then he says now, and at the end he's like, it's time. And then he's like, you're opening a UFC pack. It's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's probably what they were testing, LG, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so they kind of added in, they added him in, which is pretty sweet. So, and plus the sirens and everything. Hey, Josh, what do you think of that? Actually, not the Bruce Buffer part, but NFL All Day and Top Shot, they have the same kind of pack opening music, but UFC is sirens come on and blow you away. Is that? I mean, it's a small tweak, but you're clearly you're a vetted collector. So, does that resonate with you? Do you like that? What's it gonna be?
Can you guys hear the music in the back or no?
No. You can sing it for us if you want.
Oh, does it cut me off? I switched to my tab. Hang on.
Last thing we need is people howling sirens on.
What's going on?
That should be a good context, actually. Who can do that the best?
Next time we'll get Josh on as a judge. Who can do the siren from the pack opening the best? Bruce Buffer impressions would be good, actually. That'd be a fun thing we could do. Maybe next time to get some packs, we could do a little contest. Kaiser,
you all right, man? What's going on over there?
My internet connection completely cut off there.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, dude. You're not a rookie either at these pack openings on Spaces.
This is embarrassing. Well, I didn't get.
He better.
Okay. I'm back. Oh. I don't know what happened to my internet connection. I didn't get a Josh Emmett, but I got a Stipe Miocic. And then.
Nice. Oh,
everyone's getting one of those, so we're still waiting on that.
So Josh Emmett, you're the rare one in these packs, man. It looks like nobody's pulling any Josh Emmets around here.
I guess so. It's like the Miocic is almost a guarantee with the O'Malley.
That's what it looks like.
Wow. Maybe Josh, you're loaded into the next 2 days of packs.
Maybe.
Maybe you're in there with the Henderson and the Usman.
That's a good point. There aren't too many packs in the next couple of days, LG. I don't know if you looked at the numbers.
Oh, I know.
It'll be a quick queue.
I don't know. In my head, I was like, well, I'll get one today and then maybe the next couple of days. And then I realized as soon as the queue started, I was like, oh, yeah, it's only 4,000 today. Obviously, we're not guaranteed to get one. So
I'm getting word here. Here's some breaking news. I'm getting a DM from our good friend Chandler. It says, guy in the Discord just got 2 Josh Emmets, but didn't open with us. So someone got 2 in 1 pack, apparently. There you go.
Loaded packs.
Yeah.
Kaiser, you got what you wanted.
I did. Yeah, it would have been cool to get a Josh Emmett as well too, but it's cool. But my Sean O'Malley was a number 330, so I'm pretty happy. It's a 3-digit.
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, low serial's really nice.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Kaiser. Always a pleasure, man. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, let's do one more. Phileas Fogg, are you there?
Phileas Fogg in the house.
Phileas Fogg going once.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, guys, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We got you, man.
Sir.
All right, man. How you guys doing? Much respect to Josh, by the way. His injuries have been crucial and brutal, I think, over his career.
Well, thank you. No more of those. So that's the plan. You know, had to get all fixed up. So these important fights coming up, won't have any of those nagging injuries. But we saved the best for last. So you're gonna pull one right here.
There we go. I want a full house Josh Emmett here. I want three Josh Emmetts.
All right, let me go. Here we go. Open up the pack here. All right, I've got the PlayStation. All right, there. Hopefully, you guys heard that. All right.
All right, let's go, man. Let's hear something good here.
Unfortunately, no Josh Emmett, though. So we've got high serial numbers as well. We've got Mirach at 4,200. We got Anthony Johnson at 4,900, and then we got a Sean O'Malley at 2,600. So, you know, a fair shake, but no Josh Emmett.
Josh, you are the rare Pikachu of these packs, man.
Seems like it.
LG, we got to bring up one more. That's it. It's this person has actually ended like 7 of our last 8 tackle spaces.
Yeah.
And he always has some kind of technical issue where we lose him for a while and we don't know what he actually pulls. So let's bring him up. Hold on. Let's bring him up here and see if it happens again. I hope not. Our good friend Garland is coming up, and he's going to end the spaces by opening a pack with a Josh Emmett in it, hopefully.
Let's go.
Garland, are you there?
Garland.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. We're wishing you luck here because we know you've had some issues with us in the past.
I still have terrible issues. My speaker ain't working. That means I'm going to pull another championship one.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
All right, man. Oh, God. Here we go. When he says that, we don't hear from him for like a few minutes.
I'm clicking it right now. Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we're here, man. Let's go. LG wanted to end this, Garland, and I put all my marbles in you having a successful pack opening here. So let's hope it happens. I don't know if that's a pack opening or the car. I don't know what's going on. Seriously.
Hard to say.
Here we go. Garland, you still there? Oh, man. There's no way.
I love we just like lose people for a few minutes while they're trying to open the pack.
At least he's consistent.
Yeah.
It's not even a joke. This is the real thing.
This pack's going to be amazing.
No, but we never know what his packs are because it never works, and we always lose them when you have to end the show, and then that's it. Is he really gone? Is this for real? Or is this
we got to bring him back in. Hold on. He's requesting again. It disconnected him.
Oh my God, it never fails. He's not messing around either, man. I'm telling you.
Garland, nope. It still says requested.
Well, I mean, this would be
Garland.
He must have like a flip phone. Like he must have one of those. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense. He's genuinely trying to open his packs every time, and it doesn't work.
Oh my God.
All right. Well.
Okay, Garland. I can't. I'm trying to add you as a speaker, and it says you can speak, but we can't hear you.
Same here, man. I get an error trying to add him. I can't add him.
Well, great, Phil. This is a great.
It really is. I
agree. All right, guys. Phileas, Jack, everybody else who joined to open packs. Congrats on pulling a pack. Josh, thanks so much, man. Great to hear your story and to chat, and hopefully we'll have you back on for the next couple drops.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, it was nice to talk to you guys. Thanks again for everyone that came out, and yeah, this was fun. We'll have to
better luck tomorrow, man.
Yep, I'm getting some of these packs either tomorrow or the following day. So,
or you're going on an absolute rampage on the marketplace.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Josh. Really appreciate it, man. was a pleasure talking.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
Okay. Cheers, everybody.